Going on to you. How y'all doing, by the way? Hopefully, y'all having a good day. You have the Seven of Michael, the Star card, and then you have the Eight of Raphael. What I see y'all got going on here is that a lot of you very much so are doing your own thing without the influence of other people and what they've got going on. In other words, y'all don't have time for a relationship. Y'all don't have time for distractions, and y'all are staying focused on what you have to do, and you're being successful with it as well. You know, those type of times where it is that like you just want to concentrate on what you got going on. I'm coming up on, I'm not that exact number, but I'm coming up on 7 YouTube channels. Working hard as a mug. You understand what I'm saying? Still managing to do this and working on the video game and still writing my book and helping people write theirs. Real talk. And so with that being said, a lot of you are focused, right? I understand exactly where it is that y'all are coming from because it becomes fun. It becomes fun after a while. You get tapped in, and then now all of a sudden it's like, okay, you're focusing, you're in the zone. It becomes like tunnel vision. You don't actually have tunnel vision, by the way. What it is that you see what's important, and a lot of other things that would normally be a big deal to you actually becomes less important to you. And so what's going on here is that the Eight of Raphael, the Eight of Gabriel, and the Queen of Gabriel. So the Eight of Gabriel and the Queen of Gabriel right here represents how this is a situation for you where, again, the Eight of Gabriel is about how, yet again, right, like, you want to actually stay here. Not because I'm saying that. I'm just saying because you genuinely want to stay here. It feels good when you're actually focusing. It feels good not only when you're focusing. Well, obviously we all focus, but I mean, like, it feels good when you're really tapped in, jacked in, however you want to call it. You just focusing on what you need to do. Things are flowing from you. Things are going smoothly, right? You're just dialed all the way into all the things that you need to do, and it seems like it's just effortless. You know, a lot of times, you know, people will watch the YouTube channel and they'll be like, well, they're inspired to do tarot readings, and it's like, okay, you have my blessing to do so, but it's not as easy as you. And I'm not saying that they think it's easy. I'm saying that I may make it easy. A lot of the other tarot readers on here may make it look easy. It's not easy. It is not easy, right? Especially if people are listening to you, you want to be able to really call it right. Because if you don't, you won't really get. Because if you don't, just to make sure that, you know, like just to make sure that doesn't keep flowing in the door won't keep opening, but you won't get credibility, and then you won't grow if you're not real about your skills. So, and how are you considered real? Well, you have to put in good work, and you have to put in work in which people actually see in their lives, you know, beneficial work. So the point that I'm trying to make here with that is, because I'm not talking about myself, more so I'm really talking about y'all. I'm just making not comparisons, but I'm just saying that, like, I'm on this journey with y'all, and I definitely understand the perspective of where it is that y'all are coming from, and I understand why y'all are thinking the way that y'all are thinking and what you're doing. What you are pretty much doing is that you understand that you need all of your focus to basically do your own thing. There's points in time in which y'all will be out here, y'all will date. And some of you, and see, that's the thing, like, a lot of you probably dating too. You can date and be in tunnel vision. You can date and still be in the zone. And it's like, a lot of you probably think, well, how do you do that? Well, you can date, but again, you're dating for value. Most people don't date for value. Most people don't date for relationship purposes. Most people haven't even been in relationships, truth be told, not functional ones. They never been in functional relationships. Most people haven't. So these are just facts. So the situation with that is that what you got going on is that for you, a lot of you are in the perspective of like uh because of the fact that they don't have relationship experience. Part of it is that. Part of it is not just like ego. Part of it is the aspect like self-importance, diluted self-importance. Part of it is because they've never been in functional relationships. Again, it's a cluster, so it's a lot of different reasons, jam-packed, so tightly close together. And so you may have been in relationships, but you don't have the time to explain to people why trying to use another person is a bad thing. That's something that they should already know on their own, and they should understand why that's not necessarily a good thing. So it looks weird on their part that you like a little one, like you are their parent, and that you have to like teach them certain things. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like this, right? Like, you know what I mean? Instead of them like automatically come to the relationship being a good option, it's like you have to like settle down, slow down, teach them certain things. And so a lot of you right now could still even be dating and still be in the zone, still be dialed in. What I mean when I say dialed in, I mean you're on your purpose. Things are working well for you. You are paying attention to what you got to do. And not only that too, but also it's the fact that so for you, it's just that if they don't show you any kind of value, then you'll just ghost them. You'll just leave them alone, right? You know, if they don't show you anything because you're so dialed in. You know, there's times where it is I'm so dialed in, I don't really speak to my peoples in the past. Now I'm not going to do that, but control it better. But I didn't even speak to my peoples for months. And it's not that I didn't speak to them living in the same place with them. It's just that I didn't converse or socialize with them. Why? Did I have a chip on my shoulder? No. It's just that I'm that like dialed in to the like it. I don't know. Like it's almost like nothing was there. I don't even know how to a meditative state for like 2-3 months, and then I come out of the meditative state and I'm like, what happened? And so you have the Page of Raphael, the King of Ariel, and the Three of Michael right here, right? And so these 3 cards right here for you represent how a lot of you are in a position now where the Page of Raphael, the King of Ariel, and the Three of Michael, person can't run that type of nonsense on you, because it's not, because part of what makes it so wild when you walk away is that you still have an emotional connection. And so the fact that a lot of you obviously have the best walking away that I've ever seen, you and Pisces, because Pisces will just pick up and leave you. Pisces will get up one day, like literally, you'll be cool, and then Pisces will, like, let's just say y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all are sleeping. Pisces will literally wake up one day and be like, yo, I gotta go. This is just so. Sagittarius, just so. You know what I mean? And so the situation with that is best walk away games. Y'all, Sagittarius, Pisces, that I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? That I've ever seen, that I've ever done the research to. And so why this is so important is because, like, you understand why it is that you do what you do. Like, what you're doing is so good to the point where it's like other people will not understand what you've got going on, because they won't make it. They won't make it. You will be trying to date them, right? And if they don't play their position, if they don't be a good option, a good significant other to you, then you will just basically delete their number from your phone without any kind of, big hoopla, big scene, and you'll just move forward. And it's not that you're betraying them. It's just that for you, you know what it is that you're doing. And so the 10 of Empress and the 10 of Michael. So this reading is really about how you're on top of your stuff and that you're focused and that you're staying out of the BS that other people would have to offer by bringing them into your life. Some of you may not be dating, and some of you may just be single, but you're in the zone. Some of you are dating, but you're still in the zone, still, and it doesn't matter regardless of whether y'all are in the zone or not. I'm speaking to you because this is a sense of you moving forward regardless. You moving forward like, okay, nothing stops the forward progress, not even the attachment that you have for another person. Not saying that you don't care about other people, but not saying that you care about other people. You do care. It's just that you just see the bigger picture. You understand what I'm saying? And so the Empress and the 10 of Michael right here represents how you're in a position for you where, so there's definitely a sense of you're taking better care of yourself. Not everybody's going to have access to you by definition, by default, because you will be so engaged doing your own thing. What I honestly see for you is I'm seeing some of you are buying homes, right? My homegirl, Melissa Nacional, the Filipina, I think she's from California, right? The Filipina who lives in California, born July 11th, right? So she's y'all zodiac sign, bought a house. And I've been seeing buying and listen, I'm putting my credibility as a reader on the line. I've been seeing y'all buy houses for weeks. And I'm like, some of y'all are, and I've been talking about it. Go back into the archives if you don't believe me. Go back into the archives and you'll hear me talk about it in some of these videos. I see some of y'all buying homes. I see some of y'all, maybe you have a home, but you're buying another one. Or maybe you're living in an apartment or a duplex that you rent or whatever, but you're buying a home. Buying an RV, a camper, maybe moving around, right? Calling that home for a little while, right? For a good minute. A lot of y'all are minding your business. You fixing yourself up. You're doing what you got to do wherever you may be. You're not like, I don't know, like you're laying as low as many of the other signs that I had advised to lay low, right? You're laying low like them, because for you, you don't want to get everybody up in your business. You don't, because you're so engaged and busy doing what you're doing. See, that's one of the things about being busy. Like, this is why, like, aspects of my life I will never get on camera ever. I don't think I'll ever get it on camera. Like, unless somebody from the outside perspective, from a different vantage point, takes out their phone and they like record this, or like take a snapshot picture of it on their phone or whatever. It'll never, because it's like I'm so busy engaged doing literally living my life. I don't even like the other time I was at the range. I don't even have the thing. Oh, my sister had to pull out her phone. Shout out to her. And record it on camera. Like, I don't even. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't even care to do that. Shout outs to her. Real talk. Shout out. I love her. And so that's where it is that y'all are right now. Y'all are living y'all lives, doing y'all thing, prospering. And honestly, everybody, you're thinking like a CEO. You're thinking like a chairperson. Everything has to fit. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this because I'm giving y'all real game, right? I'm going to clarify a card and I'm going to get out of here. A lot of the times people get so caught up with when you're doing your thing, people don't want to be controlled. Let me explain something to you. As a person who does this for a living, right? And has other things that I got going on that other projects that I will release in the near future, right? Within the next year and stuff like this, right? Let me explain something to you. It's not a matter of running around and telling, and I'm sure y'all know this, but it's not a matter of running around telling people what to do, just bossing people around for the sake of bossing people around. It's a matter of things have to play themselves out specifically, not specifically all the time, but things are, what's going on is you put your money up. And so you want things to prosper. Having everything being up in the air and just is something else to think about. It's another thing to think about, right? It's another, like for me, for instance, trying to make a video game, in the process of making a video game. You think I could be prosperous or related to you? Y'all think y'all could be prosperous if y'all were buying a house, but you're dealing with a significant other that messes up every contract and every business deal? You would have to have a significant other that knows to calm down. Otherwise, you would have to leave them. But see, when you living like that and you tell people, hey, calm down, sit down, relax, they look at it like, oh, you're domineering, you're dominating. I don't like that. And it's like because you're making things neat and tidy to everything be in its specific place, in a place that's basically neat, in a place that's neat so that you can actually get from point A to point Z. As simplistic as possible, because you have to control the variables. And a lot of people don't take that into consideration because they're so caught up with like, I don't want to be told what to do and all this other kind of goofy stuff. Let's clarify the emphasis. Right? Like if I had a significant other, I'd be telling my significant other, if my significant other was wild, I'd be like, yo, sit down. What are you talking about? Sit down. Sit. Why? Because I'm thinking about the YouTube channel, about among how many of them I have. I'm thinking about new material to create, content. I'm thinking about what new design of t-shirts and clothes that I want to make. I'm thinking about if I want to make a comic book. I'm thinking about if I want to make toys. I'm thinking about if I want to make this, that, the third, whatever the case may be. I don't have time to be dealing with somebody that wants to run around like a jagabat. My West Indies will know what that is. That wants to run around like a jagabat, being stupid all the time. And then I have to constantly tell them, sit. Let's clarify the Empress. Four of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Nine of Swords, Four of Cups, and then you have the Eight of Pentacles. So the point that I'm trying to make here for you is your life is turning around even more so for the better. But people are going to have to start like falling in line if they're even in your life. If y'all are not dating, then your life is going to go much faster. But sometimes, to be fair with you, sometimes people want a relationship too. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just depends on how it is that y'all know about going about getting it. And then you have the Four of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. If they don't do anything, if they don't bring any value to the table, then you should leave them alone, and you will leave them alone. That's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We at 26,440 something. Smash the subscribe button, like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. If you want to come through and get a personal reading from me, I haven't had a lot of y'all come through and get personal readings from me. I would like for more of you to. The link to that is in the comment section below, called the Linktree link.